monarch of the subterranean, legendary lethal lyricist, the master craftsman, Percee P, y'all. And you're listening to Breaking Records Radio. Boom.
Hey yo, it's your boy Monster Man Rocco.
It's your boy Swagger Rock.
This is Snack the Ripper.
Hey, you rap for those who don't know.
Master Ace. You are not rocking with the best. Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio. Breaking Records, man. Radio is like the place to be. I don't know. Fuck strange music, dude.
You know, I think the internet, in a way, you know, as much as in some ways I feel like it's kind of hurt hip-hop music and hurt hip-hop culture, it's also put a magnifying glass on the real hip-hop culture and the things like you're talking about, lyricism and cadence and, you know, just the, you know, the artists that, you know, from the past who, you know, were legendary in the streets, but, you know, never really got their due shine through record deals and stuff. The internet's kind of really put a spotlight on a lot of you guys as well, too, and kind of, you know, brought the hip-hop fans of today up to knowledge to really learn about you guys and your history and shit, too, as well.
Yeah, and I wish, you're right, but I wish the internet was around the way it is now. Back in those times when I was selling tapes, like standing up on the fat beats and stuff like that, hitting all the clubs. Yeah. Just imagine then, I could have been promoting that. I'm going to be at SOB, I'm going to Enterprise tonight, I'm going to be at Wetlands, and be over here. Like I would announce where I would be. That would have made it more easier for me.
Yeah.
But even though, you know, I was still making sales, but it's more like just imagine if I had the internet posting about, okay, today I'm going to be out there, so if you come out, I'm going to have like 50 tapes on and CDs. So the first serve, you know, just come and get it. But letting you know beforehand where I'm going to be. Up to this time, I'm going to be here, but if you're not here, I'm going to be over here. Like, that's what the internet can do now. And I wish it existed. But at the same time, I could see the pros and I could see the bad about the internet. The internet is good for artists like myself that have been around for long, and people never getting that acknowledgement that we deserve for the length of time that we've been in it. The internet allowed me to show people my history. If you didn't know that I was in a quotable in the Source magazine in '92, and you watching now, and you just started really getting into hip hop in the 2000s, I could really show you the issue that I was in May '92. I could show you my quotable. I have the power to do that with the internet now.
Yeah.
But that's the good thing about it. The bad thing about it is made artists that never put in work the way I would be on the street, and a lot of artists that stood out on posts and grinding and cycling on the street to get their names. You got a lot of dudes that will resort to the internet now. I don't have to go to open mics. I ain't have to do this. I ain't have to be typing nowhere. I'm still get out there and just post myself. And this is one of my quotes. I always say, nowadays nowadays artists would rather pay for views, pay to play, and pay for following instead of paying dues for success. Yep. Think about that.
That's a fact.
People would take the shortcut to get out there. I'm going to pay for the views. I'm going to pay for the following. I'm going to pay to play, to perform somewhere, but I'm not going to pay dues because they know paying dues, you're going to have to earn your respect. And I'm not trying to say everybody is taking that, but there's dudes that a lot of people are like, how he out here like this? He would never make it in the underground arena as far as open mic circuit. Some of these cats wouldn't be around if they had to go that route to be where they at now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, too, with you saying that. Like, a lot of the guys, you know, who take that route, which, you know, a lot of times these days, unfortunately, I see a lot more acts take that route than take the pay your dues route. And I think what it is, you know, like a comparison I would make is like, you know, I heard an interview you did before where you're talking about Fat Beats Records opening a store in like 97 or something, and that Kanye West was there, you know, and you're like, at the time, you're like, nobody knew who he was. He was just a dude there spitting and shit. You're like, it wasn't until years later I looked at footage and realized it was Kanye. And it's like, see, a lot of these cats nowadays don't realize the groundwork that dudes like yourself and even the biggest artists in the world right now, Jay-Z's and stuff, they don't realize the amount of dues these dudes were paying for 5, 10, 15 years in the underground before they blew. That's right. You know what I mean?
That's right. And that's Touching Barbito was a good example of that.
Yeah.
Because you watch that show, that's artists at their early stages.
Yep.
And those footages is years old, came down there, how many years they was rapping before they even got to be on that show.
Yeah.
And just like myself, you know, I was rhyming since 79, so 88, you know what I'm saying? That's like 10 years later, you know what I'm saying? I thought I would get a chance to make a record, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how it is, but that's most artists. You know what I'm saying? Rhyming everywhere, cyphering house parties, making little tapes, rhyming some DJ house, recording it. And that's all they had back then. That's all we had. It wasn't like I had the money going to the studio when I was young. I had to make pause tapes, rhyme over that, go to somebody's house. Somebody might be throwing a house party, DJ's in the living room, the speakers out. The speakers out in the living room, the DJ's in the bedroom with his equipment. He might not have a mic, but he might have headphones. You plug those headphones in and rhyme through the headphones just to, you know, can I get a tape of that? You know, if you're making a tape, let me get a copy. That's what we had to do back in those times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the artist, most artists that stuck with the craft and endured through those years. They watched it grow like, damn. Now dudes is playing hip-hop on radio. Man, I'm trying to get on this show. Oh, they rhyming, they letting dudes rhyme? I'm going to try to get on that show, like Stretch and Barbito and stuff like that. So we watched the progression, but a lot of cats now didn't see all the years it took for it to be at this point now. But I'm just happy to be a part of a group of artists that went through those eras and still here now. And that, I wear that with honor. I'm not going to be ashamed to be like, yeah, like 32 years ago, I made this record, but I'm still here now. See, that's the thing you have to think about being an artist. It's not just about that hit. It's about endurance, how many years, what you offer your audience. When people interview certain artists, this artist got first-hand experience on what it was like back in the 70s. In the 80s, he was still around. In the 90s, he was still around. In 2000, he was here. He's still here now, rhyming. He was around when certain artists was big and then they fade away. He's still here. Look at that fact. Don't look at, oh, he ain't got a song that's playing on a major radio station right now. It's got 20 million views. Like, nah, I don't judge that. And I don't judge you off of your popularity. I judge you off of skill.
Yeah.
That's what I'm judging you off of first. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from that era where you judge off of skills, not off of popularity. It's about, all right, like a B-boy type. But B-boys don't win because of he's just more popular. It's about who's doing a better move. I don't care if you're a legend. You better be doing something good to get the respect, not just because you who you is, you're just going to win.
No, it's a fact, man. You know, and I'm the same way too, right? Like I'm 30 years old now, but I always I've kind of been an old soul, and I grew up in a time where we kind of got introduced to the internet. I didn't have it as a little kid, but I got it, right before I became a teenager, and that's coincides with the time I got into hip hop. So once I really started to understand what lyricism was and stuff. And I could actually go back and do research and history, and this is in the time of like Napster and stuff. I was downloading everything from the Busy Bee Kumo D battle at Harlem World, I think. I was downloading everything from that all the way up to the current shit that was out at the time. But like I just, I enamored myself and just tried to soak up all the history of hip hop I could because it was available to me. But so I always feel like I'm an old soul in that sense, and I'm the same way. Like I'll judge a cat on their skill, whether they got 500 views or 500 million views. I'm gonna judge you on your skill and the quality of music over the clout any day. You know what I mean? But I think it coincides with kind of what we were saying. Like a lot of cats nowadays, they'd rather pay their way to get to the top, pay to play all that shit, rather than pay dues. And I think that kind of coincides with it.